Hi there, welcome to the Gersnet immediate post-match reaction. Myself, Colin Armstrong, joining the Big Eck. Rangers 0, Napoli 3. A few things we need to talk about Eck. We'll talk about the team. I'll put that to the end because I've got a few sort of issues with the team that was picked tonight. But immediate thoughts on tonight's proceedings.
All turned on the sending off. You know what I mean? Not turned the sending off. It's one of the ones, Colin, you can't escape the fact we have conceded 11 goals without reply over the last 3 games.
I think you can look at tonight a wee bit.
So I'm just going to go in and say, tonight, I think if that's the kind of thing would happen to us, even if you're winning in all fronts. You're playing the team that's top of Serie A. They're going to the San Siro, at the weekend to play Milan as the top team in Italy. So you're playing a magnificent side. They're a cracking side, Napoli. We saw what they did to Liverpool last week. And we were 3-0 up against Liverpool at half-time last week. We've been 3-0 down at half-time our last 2 games. So tonight I think we actually did really well up until the sending off, and then I think the class told. And also before we talk about football, I think in a strange way the atmosphere was really helped. I think by the Union Bears. That was absolutely fantastic. The big tifo at the beginning, and then the singing of the national anthem I thought was absolutely superb. And the last few games we've been talking about Rangers just don't look at the races at all, and we've come out tonight, we've really been obviously put us a goal up after 31 seconds. We're really in about it, we look sharp. Ryan Kent's beating folk, Borna Banisic was bombing on, and performance was far from perfect, but we were doing all the things, all the basic things that we've been accusing them are not doing the last couple of games. It was looking good. It was a cracking first half. It was a neutral, it must have been just a great game to watch, really intense, pretty a chess match, but it just all turned in the centre.
I mean, I can't really recall a huge amount that Gregor had to do. And both keepers actually, as much as it was an entertaining game, I don't remember either keeper having a huge amount to do. As you say, the sending off.
I'm probably thinking we're only 3-0 down, so it was a great game, at half time. You know what I mean? But I mean, Scotty Arfield's they brought a good save for their keeper early on. Seen Mike Kent beating a couple of guys at one point and squaring the ball back. I was saying at half time, if we could shoot, we'd go on a bit better. We still seem to have a problem actually just getting the ball out of our feet and into the back of the bloody net. But I was really happy with the first half because it was just the opposite of the first halves we've been watching the last couple of games, but it all turned around.
On to the referee. I mean, I'm not for a minute saying that he's to blame for the result tonight. I mean, I think it was just a bizarre performance. I'm sure it's the same referee that we had against Scotland. They chopped off Ryan Kent's goal at the end.
Do you know what?
I'm pretty sure it's the same referee.
Wi-Fi at Ibrox, I can't get it. I'm trying to look up that referee's name because he's one of the top. He's one of the top referees. I recognise him straight away. I don't know, mate. I've not seen. The incidents in the second half are all at the Brimley. I can't see them clearly. I really would need to see them all again at the television. I know I've got the massive blue blinkers on when I'm watching Rangers going against us. I'm not agreeing with, but I would really need to see. Oh look, I'm watching the guy getting clean through and goal, and what was it, 2 defenders?
2 or 3
aye. To me, I don't know. Maybe it turns out there wasn't a foul there. I don't know, but. I wasn't going to argue with that at the time. I wasn't happy about it, but I couldn't argue with it with any kind of authority because I really don't know what exactly has happened. Same with the handball, and even just that wee cameo, Alan McGregor doing a bit of Red Rum, Frank Sinatra, Muhammad Ali sticking coming back, saving the same penalty twice was magic. And you thought maybe we could go and do something for this. It was a bit of magic, but even that didn't amount to anything in the end up. But it's. A lot of people were blaming the ref. I would need to get home and watch the tail again.
I wouldn't say I was blaming him.
Not you, mate. No, I'm just saying a lot of people about me were certainly blaming him. You know what I mean?
I just think some of his decisions were strange, including the one right at the end there. He awarded Rangers a penalty. Where you were and the government happened right in front of us, well, that wasn't a penalty, it happened in the chest.
Aye, right? It was like a charity job, wasn't it?
And then he awards a free kick, he changes it, he says, no, actually it's outside the box. Then he gets called to VAR. Aye. And he gives him a drop ball or something like that. It's just like, where are you going with that? So some strange things.
I felt as if that one, it was one of the ones, it if there wasn't any VAR, he'd never have given us a penalty. He's almost said this will get chopped off, but at least I don't look like these guys think I'm a total. You know, I've been paid off by the Italians. You know what I mean? The Camoras tell me what to do the night. Maybe it looked like he was trying to kind of make up for that, but it felt like a charity job, and I never thought it wasn't going to be overturned.
No, I didn't think it was a penalty at all, and I wasn't surprised. So I mean, disappointing night, 3-0 as you say, conceded 11 goals in 3 games. You know, I think tonight you can add a bit of context to it, but in terms of the team, the starting lineup tonight, you know, I was with Gary at the time when the team came out, and straight away I was like, that's a Steven Gerrard team. That is, you know, apart from Sands and Lundstrom, every single player there was signed by Steven Gerrard, and I was like, what does that say about Ross Wilson? What does that say about our business in the summer that we're depending on guys that were starting this European run back in 2018?
It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good for Ross Wilson at the moment. But 7 new signings, and you can maybe be unlucky with 1 or 2 of them being injured or having family issues that are keeping them at the team. But I mean, you and I are long enough in the tooth to remembering your Daniel Prodans and Kuznetsovs, guys who would sign and then would just get injured straight away. You know, but that's. No, it does look bad. It does look like bad just now, because apart from anything else, we're trying to find a reason, you know, one concrete reason for this total lack of form. And the one thing I'd say, you're talking about being a Steven Gerrard team. Gio, as always happened to every single Rangers manager I've ever known, when he goes through a bad patch, it was the previous manager's team that was, you know, it let him get away with this to this point. So Gio's obviously said, well, so I'll just put out the previous manager's team. Maybe that's when he's thinking, but hey, it worked on the night. It worked up until it didn't, which is, and that's the kind of thing that's going to happen against a side like Napoli, top of Serie A, packed with just quality players. And I think we'll get a proper context for this result come the end of the season when we see actually Napoli achieving this competition. You know what I mean? Because they look proper quality, and it's going to rest on a kind of a moment in time like what happened tonight. They'll get through on you once, and next thing everyone falls to pieces because they've made that space for themselves in the game.
So two games, no points. I think they're in real danger to go through this entire group with no points.
I think the last time we had Ajax in our group in the Champions League back in the mid-90s, we ended up with won 1 game. That was the only game we didn't lose, and I'm now in that situation. I made the mistake of saying last week, you know, before the Ajax game, my base kind of ambition for Rangers ever since 2012, my base ambition when we go into Europe against a big team is don't make a fool of ourselves. We did. I think we did in Amsterdam. As good as Ajax were on the night, I think we just underplayed. We didn't perform at all. But tonight, this is one of these games that can happen. But I'm now in a situation where I'm thinking about the group as just get a couple of points in the board somewhere. You know what I mean? But it's difficult to see where it's going to come from. And I think tonight proved how easy it is for a promising game just to suddenly fall to pieces at this level.
Because when you look at it in terms of the fixtures, you know, Anfield next,
yes,
then Liverpool here at Ibrox, so you would assume that it'd be difficult to get in and out of those games.
There's one moment tonight where the boy was going through for, it would have been 2 or 3-0, maybe 3-0 at that point, and Conor Golson was the closest man. I don't think it ended up in a goal, but I was thinking, don't foul him, Conor, let him score, because I want you. We're going to end up getting short of players. Brookings were different tonight.
Then it's Napoli after that, and then the next 3 games you're looking and thinking, I don't see any points there at all. So it's going to be hard. I have to bring up a wee personal gripe here. The amount of supporters that left with 10 minutes to go, and it's been bugging me for a while, and I've not said anything, but I'm going to say it tonight. You know what I mean? It's such a bugbear night. You know what I mean? To come here to Ibrox, support the team, and then for fucking 15-10 minutes onwards, boom, there's thousands of folk leaving the ground. That ground was about a third full with the 90 minutes.
We've seen it maybe 2/3 full back in the night. I think Ian was talking about this on Sunday's kind of main show. You know, the pricing had it in the 90s, it was maybe 2/3 full at the start, at the kick-off. You know, but I think after the pricing hasn't helped, obviously, with the type of supporter in some sections tonight. I was lucky. There's a couple of seats next to me which are only season tickets, and it can be folk trying to nick your seat off you and what have you. It can be a bit, it gets a bit touristy, but the guys tonight, you don't know, sometimes a lot of people were moved tonight, and I don't want to do that thing as try to be uber staunch. I don't go to away games like that, so I can't really get that, but it does, I think there's got to be a bit of context with supporters. You've got to see what we've done tonight, just to be back in the Champions League. I know it doesn't sound very exciting to keep going on about this, but if you don't get the context of where Rangers are, you can end up being too critical and making things go from bad to worse. We're back in the Champions League. The Champions League's back at Ibrox, and the team played. I think, to the best of their ability tonight. There's certainly no lack of commitment, no lack of effort, and quite a bit of tactical acuity. I think for the first half, definitely. There should be. I think you need to show your kind of the gratitude. No, always the result might not always have gone your way, but there's times you need to show just a bit of gratitude and a bit of kind of appreciation, and it wasn't a good look.
Well, how did the players feel seeing that? You know what I mean?
I know, mate. That's it.
You've put on that effort and you've been getting a load of criticism, and 80 minutes. I mean, the minute the second goal and then when the third goal went in, it was just terrible. So it's a bit of a gripe of mine. Look,
I mean, the same for years, mate.
It has been.
The old subway loyal and all that. It's been a thing at Ibrox.
I do understand that there will be people on the ground that do actually have to leave early, they'll have commitments and blah blah blah, but not to the level of people.
Well,
just
they seem to all have their commitments since that second goal went in.
They did,
you know what I mean?
The commitments kicked in on the 80th minute when it went to nothing.
Apart from anything else, I don't care what. We can all be really smart after the fact about how we knew the game was going to go at a certain point. Some of the games we've seen at Ibrox, I mean, the very first night in the Champions League, we're 2-0 to Marseille, and look, it's going to be 5 or 6, and it ends up 2 each. You can be. This competition's crazy. Football's crazy. You can end up missing, a comeback. Was it going to happen tonight? But it's kind of self-defeating, and I don't really get spending all that money to miss the last.
Would you do that at the cinema?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Would you do it at any other thing? Say like, I know it's 10 minutes to the end of the film, but let's go there. You know what I mean? So we can get in the bus in time.
That's it. Oh, there's more chance of a twist at a cinema.
True, this is true. Anyway, so disappointing night here at Ibrox, as I say, 3-0 to Napoli. We'll have a preview show out on Friday for the Dundee United game. We'll be doing this on Saturday after Dundee United.
Aye, why not?
We'll do it again, hopefully they'll win.
Rangers maybe we'll score a goal.
Maybe. Last Sterling shot, aye. You sure? Yeah. You're an amateur, I can't remember. Anyway, right. So we'll have a preview show on Friday. Myself and Eck will be back on Saturday, and also on Sunday night. Pitch night, guys, but hey, on to the next one. Bye for now.